Blog Talk Radio.
Good evening, everyone. This is me, Jonathan Alexander, and I'm here to host our show, Life, Laughter, Happiness. Today, I have my co-host, Barbara, here. Are you there, Barbara?
Yes, I'm here. Hi, everybody. I'm looking forward to tonight.
Okay, and our guest tonight is Vanessa Orr. Are you there, Vanessa?
I am here. Thank you for having me, Barbara, and Jonathan, thank you so much.
Now,
You're welcome. We're so glad to have you. What did you say?
I just had a question, but you can go first, Barbara.
I don't have a question.
Oh, okay. Well, there's all this talk about all these planets that are in retrograde. What would your advice be if all 9 planets were in retrograde?
9? Well, I don't know the answer to that, but we do have 5 planets in retrograde. Here's what I suggest, and that's a great question, Jonathan. Do nothing. Go through life. Don't buy anything. To me, Rich loves cars, right? My husband, Rich, and we're looking at cars, and I found a Mustang Bullet. You know the Bullet? And he's buying a car for me. Yes, and it's the new 2020, and it's just gorgeous. And I said, that's the one. And he says, you're going to tell me we're in retrograde, we can't buy it. And I said, yes, I am telling you we're in retrograde, we can't buy it. If we buy it, it could be a lemon. That's why you have to be cognizant and of the planets, because when things go wrong during, for example, Mercury retrograde, communications go off the rails. I don't believe in the word misunderstand or miscommunication. I've said that my whole life. I don't believe in that. What I do believe in is that there's interference. So you have to double check. Yeah, double check. There is. I mean, there are the oddest things out there in the world that create interference. For example, tonight I was muscle testing to decide which phone line from my space here to call in on. And so I used my pendulum, and I was shown which phone to call in on. And it's all because we can get cut off, and I don't want that. And technology takes it really hard right now. It's very stressed out. It picks up the channels of Mercury retrograde, and then you add 4 other planets that have been in retrograde all year practically and won't go direct until the end of August or the end of September. It's a lot of stress. So, Barbara, I am going to, and I know people will think this is odd, but I don't know how else to state it. I'm working on your TV, and it's showing me what's wrong. There's nothing that you can do about it, but I am energetically speaking with your TV, because we were speaking before Life, Laughter, and Happiness started, and Barbara said, my TV just went out, just decided to blank out last night. That's technology.
Yeah.
And so, yes. And so from my vantage point, I've learned so many modalities working with so many fantastic leading sources in energy healing. And so I will be speaking to the TV. Anybody can do this. It's when you speak positively over things and over people and over animals and trees and fields and anything, buildings, houses, that will go for Life, Laughter, and Happiness, which I love your show, Barbara and Jonathan. I love this show, and I love the benchmark that it sets for people. Every Monday night you have people who call in, and they are the dearest people. They are so nice. And your listeners, it's a blessing to come here. So I ask, what's going on with the show? Like, what's the vibration of the show? What's the vibration of the callers that will call in? And that's where I work a couple hours before the show, 2-3 hours before your show, and start, lifting the vibration. And that's what it is Mercury retrograde quashes the vibrations of people and technology, for example. Those are 2 examples. So what should you do? Don't invest in anything. Don't buy a car. Don't buy any big ticket items right now. I know that's kind of hard on real estate, but when it's over, then you can buy. Yeah, when it's over.
What about other people who buy things for you?
What about other people who buy during when they buy during
because
this
I have
time?
a wish list. Yes, I have a wish list, and so somebody bought me a hairdryer, and they bought me a vacuum cleaner, and it's being sent. It is here in a box. Something is here from Amazon Prime. Do I accept that? I mean, that is a
yeah. I know this will sound contrary to what I just said, but yes, you can. It's it's big. It's more about big ticket items and contracts. If you're just there's no way out of signing a contract or a lease. Fine tooth comb is turning every stone over. And I have told people who have contacted me. I had a woman who contacted me over 3 years ago. I'm buying a condo, she said, and this was up north. And I said, well, when are you buying it? Because we were coming close to Mercury retrograde and solar eclipse. It was on the very day of solar eclipse. It was on, I think Mercury retrograde started that same day. I don't know. I don't remember. She bought the condo. Now, has she had any issues? I'm getting a no. But where her property is located, it's around the epicenter of a lot of unrest. So I'm going to say this. You can wait. It's just Mercury retrograde is one of our fastest orbiting planets, and it's over in 3 weeks, maybe a little bit longer. Sometimes it comes here 4 times a year. I think this year it comes here 3 times this year, so we've already had now 2 cycles. And I always tell people to be wary of Mercury retrograde 3 days before it's posted to go retrograde and 3 days after it's retrograde when it goes direct. So I got to tell you a short story. There was a very significant, it was my first marriage. And I got married in Mercury retrograde. Now, is that I know, right? So don't get married during Mercury retrograde. And let's see, if these big things in life, just don't participate in big ticket items, contracts, life, pinnacle events in life, rather. How about getting engaged? Don't do it.
Wow.
So it's just
this is
a lot
so
of headaches.
interesting. Some people don't even know what that means. Retrograde itself. I mean, but you could easily find it out by looking it up and studying it and knowing the exact days. Could we find out the exact days and monitor it? There probably is a website for that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. There are calculators online, and they work so well. And lately, I haven't concluded my research, but I've been researching Mercury retrograde and the retrograde of other planets from 1916 through 1919. I've been creating a chart, doing a comparison and contrast to see if there's anything that might link 1916 through 1919 to what we're going through right now in 2020. Which there's some similarities here. So,
that's cool.
But I know I'm not finished doing my homework, but I've looked back on pinnacle events in my life when I was not cognizant of Mercury retrograde. People in my family were. My family was, they were very well-seated farming. I come from a farming community, a farming family, and they went by the almanac, which is, which is vested in astrology. And that's on one side of the family, and then the other side of the family are psychics. So, but isn't it odd that a lot of that data wasn't imparted to me? That was probably overlooked. That's another thing I wanted to address is that if there's anyone out there that feels like they're falling between the cracks, that they're not being addressed, that they're being overlooked, that's been on. There's a guide that's been on me all day about this. Is that I'm going to tell you what to do. Just write down that I do not fall through the cracks anymore, because there's someone that's not getting the thing. It looks like a female. No, I'm not getting the things that I need. I'm not my needs addressed. I'm being overlooked, and someone's falling through the cracks. So I needed to get that out there before I forgot. But back to Mercury retrograde, I don't think it's over until, mid-July? I don't remember.
Wow.
But,
it's signing any contracts. Signing contracts, leases, contracts, big ticket items like car, home. But little things are going to be affected. Like you say, and I say, the dishwasher at your house, the TV at my house.
Yeah.
But
that's the thing.
You're attempting to fix it, so those things, it's okay to try to fix them. But would you consider that a big ticket item? I guess it's what kind you choose. You could get I want a bigger TV.
Yeah, to me it is. I mean, I'm
to me it is
frugal. Yeah, I know. I think you and I are on the same page when it comes to finances. We're budget conscious and we're smart about investments, and that's just how we are. And I speak to things. This vehicle that I want. Rich said, "Pick what you want," and so I am. It's like I'm whispering about it because I don't want my other car to know I'm doing it. And I know people will think that that's just bananas, but it's an energy that you put out. It's a vibration. Yeah, it's like if people are, let's say, married, and one of the people, let's say the woman, let's just use the woman, decides to have an affair behind her husband's back, she's whispering about it. She's changing the vibration of that relationship. And this, I am very cognizant of the same things with inanimate objects. Toaster oven. I'm making light of it, but everything has a vibration. Everything.
Oh,
so you speak very carefully in and around everything, and you speak with fortitude, and you speak with confidence about everything, and that includes the TV. Everything has an energy. You can speak to it, and you say, "Can I work with you and shift this energy? You've shut down. We don't know why you've decided to shut down, and work with it." Can I ask you something, Barbara?
Yes.
The TV. I know this is going to be weird as I'll get out, but was there a bit of a debate or argument in front of the TV with two people?
No, but it was something similar. It was something very similar to that. It was a lot of discussions because we got the new Roku device, and Priscilla put that on without any help. I was just so impressed. And it was easy to figure out, and we were really enjoying it. But there was a lot of discussion, and not an argument, but a couple of days ago, okay, this is how you do this. It has to be on this, and you're watching this still. And a lot of discussion about the TV lately. But the argument wasn't about that. The argument was about my chargers and the wires and the AirPods. But that was another issue. The TV was very much a big part of our lives the last few days when we got the Roku.
Yeah.
Is that similar?
Yeah, I'm picking. It showed me. Well, I saw the energies, and there was a debate in front of the TV. Listen, I know this is a very unorthodox discussion, but ask Rich. I'm very careful about what I say around. Well, anything. I want happy humans. I want happy animals.
Really?
I want happy technology. Yeah, I'm weird like that.
Oh.
I'm just weird like that. But I've been speaking to the television. I will continue to do that even after the show. And I will it looks like there's a twisting. So it's like a twisted energy. So we will untwist the energy. The thing is, I want to tell people, if whoever's listening, that my education, for example, is twofold. One, it's intuitive. It's intuitively driven. Secondly, it's trained under some of the most amazing shamans and mediums and psychics, up to this point. So it's just a great diversified education about what goes on planet Earth. It's a very complex, beautiful system with a lot of perfection infused in it. It's just that when things go wrong, it's a negative energy typically that derides the current good working positive energy. It's derisiveness towards an energy field of, for example, this TV, or an animal, or a person. So
I
we
agree with you.
Yeah.
About the things, though. About the things.
Yeah.
I say goodbye to the house. Buy house. Buy home.
Yeah.
I say buy house. Actually, not home. Buy house, because I am compelled to do that, Vanessa. Compelled. And
I do the
always
same
wonder,
thing.
why do I want to say goodbye to my house or my car? But I do. And now I know why I've been compelled to do that. Wow.
Yeah, intuitively driven. It's a connection. It's a cord. And, I have this Lexus 460. It is 13 years old. It still is. That's not the car I'm going to trade in, but I speak very kindly around it. That car has been so awesome to me. And I always tell it, thank you for all you do. If I fill it up, I tell the universe, thank you for a full tank of fuel. It's been, you can't imagine how I have been delivered like royalty in that car everywhere I needed to go.
Wow.
So it's always sweet to things,
Yeah, I feel that too. I do. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Johnny, do you ever feel that? I want to know. We know we do.
True,
Johnny is felt compelled with an object like that to care for it and talk kindly around it and to actually talk to it.
Yes.
Really?
It's true.
What object?
Yes.
It's true.
What object?
And we'll be getting into muscle testing about that.
Oh, cool.
I would say, it's my house in Stone Mountain. It's kind of like that. I mean, I feel sort of a kinship towards that rather than, the house in Florida. I've never been a Florida person. I've always been a Georgia person, so nobody
understands. I
understands.
got that from you. When you talked about the Atlanta house, you were always it was like you were fond of it, like a kindred spirit connection with it. That is cool that you even recognize that you're recognizing it, because we want the listeners to recognize their surroundings and what they're living in is so important to keep that vibration at a wonderful level and the energy to be good. And it's something I think we all have to work on.
It brings healing to the body.
You can exhale your energy onto everything, basically.
It's true.
Wow, and you're doing that a lot throughout the day, especially being home around your things. Wow.
It's true. Well, I am so fastidious, for example, about washing things. I mean, I'm not labeled OCD, but I'm very fastidious about if I wear an energy, if I wear clothes, that my energy's on them, and then other people who have looked at me or talked to me, their energy has approached and accessed my clothes. I know that's weird too, but my whole life I have washed, and I've done a lot of laundry in my life, and I'm fine with that because it gives it a reset. It gives the clothes a reset. Aside from cleaning them, it's a reset. So
wow. Like your pillow too. Your pillow. I just got a new pillow. I really needed one since we had the cat pee problem. I'm like, okay, if any cat pees on my pillow, it's going in the garbage can. Yeah. So 2 of my really great pillows I have been without for a long time. I ordered this wonderful pillow. Oh, I love it. And it says it's better for it when you actually put it in the washing machine and the dryer hot. It's better for this pillow. I mean, how great is having a pillow that you can wash and start a new, what did you say? Yeah. It's a new restart?
A reset.
Yeah. Yeah, it resets it. I mean, your pillow is like against your brain and your mind for hours every day sleeping, so you're going to need a good energy there for sure. Wow.
That's exactly right. That's I think one of the callers, Wendy, I think it's Wendy, she calls in, and I always picked up that her bed needed to be spoken, speak healing over it.
Right.
Because she was so sad in it. And that's why beds you look at all the commercials we have on television, it's for mattresses. And, it's an integral part of, we spend a lot of time on the mattresses, it's like 8 to 10 hours. I don't know what it is a day, but I under my bed, I have loads of crystals, and constantly clearing it. So
Beautiful too.
Yeah, it is. It is. And so I do different things around the house, to do little cures and help things along. But Mercury retrograde is in full swing with 4 other planets, and so there are issues going on with people and debates. So.
Makes people think, though, right? Because if they are, hold on, one more thing. If they're thinking about that and then they can't get what they want, like a new car right now, and I want a few things, and I'm like, oh, no, I have to wait. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Wow. Then if you're going to be, like, so connected and focused on that, what you want, then you're going to be able to appreciate it and get it in those couple of months from now. You will have it, and you will even love it more.
That's a very good point.
That's powerful. That's a very powerful planetary system.
That's really well said. It is. And these are things that really, all right. You ready for a caller?
Okay, Johnny. When he
No. Sorry. I cut you off. Finish your thought.
Okay.
Finish your thought.
Oh, it's okay. I think we covered it. That was very lively. Thank you, Barbara.
Oh, well, thank you for opening our eyes to this.
I'm sorry.
Okay,
Sorry.
it's okay, Johnny. We know there's somebody waiting, but they're listening to the show too while they're waiting. So I hope they enjoyed that part of it. And are you ready for the first caller, Vanessa?
I am ready. Yes, I'm so excited.
All right.
Okay.
Area code 407. You're on the air.
Hi, 470. You're on Life, Laughter, Happiness live with psychic medium Vanessa Orr. How was that introduction, Vanessa?
That was awesome. I feel like a queen. Thank you.
I feel like from before the show started to now, my vibration went up like so high. So whatever you did to me, thank you.
I'm so glad.
I feel so much better. Yeah.
I'm so glad.
So
I'm so glad. This is who you are.
Awesome. Okay, I got lost in that one. All right. Hello, caller.
407, are you there?
Wow, that's interesting. Usually our callers come right through fine.
Yeah.
It's the retrograde thing.
Yep, Mercury retrograde.
Let's see something here, because I know this is Lori. This is Lori.
Is Lori here? Oh, well,
Lori, are you there?
Johnny. Oh, Lori. Johnny, why don't you work on that, and we'll just continue talking until you get the caller on the line.
Okay.
You don't have to.
I'll go talk to Lori.
Do it in front of us.
One of the things that geopathic stress lines. Sometimes, there was this client over at, she was in my gosh, it was a mansion. And she's still a client of mine, and she said, she always entertained, right? And she said, I have so many people that fall down through this hallway. I know, right? And I said,
horrible.
Oh, no. Yeah, so I was there, and she had about 40 people over, and I kind of forgot about it, Barbara, and I was so stunned. People were literally tripping through this hallway, like stumbling, and one lady fell down on her knee. And I went over, when people weren't watching, and it was we call these ley lines. They're throughout the earth, and they're also referred to as geopathic stress lines. And so I used the pendulum and determined that this was very wide. It was at least 2.5 feet wide. I spoke to the geopathic stress line, the ley line, and asked if it would shrink to invisibility, like it would go away. And it agreed. Now, I know that people have to kind of like stretch here with the words and the sentences I'm using, but I was able to shrink that geopathic stress line, that ley line, and no one tripped anymore. The owner had, I know. These are things. Okay, let me tell you about ley lines real quick. A cat and ants love these ley lines and geopathic stress lines. What I'm going to do with your TV is also do inquiries with it, just like I did with the ley lines at this mansion. And what it does is these energies, these inanimate objects, they want to cooperate with mankind. And so now we'll say.
Oh, no, I now remember.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt you, but you can think everybody who's listening probably is thinking, oh, wow, I remember a crack there in the sidewalk, and I look in, it wasn't even a crack, and I just tripped there all the time.
Yeah.
Just walking the store every single time. And then I have had that. And then you look down and you see the ants go across. Well, why are they going there?
Yeah.
There's no crumbs. They're attracted, like magnets.
Yes.
Wow.
Exactly. And cats in your house.
Everybody, I have Lori here. Are you there, Lori?
Wow.
Yes, I'm right here.
Oh. Hey, Lori. Hi. We had a hard time getting you connected for the first time. Wow. I think that is the retrograde that's going on right now. What do you think, Vanessa?
I give that a yes.
Yeah.
Hey, Lori.
I'm going to muscle
that
test
was
it. Hi, Lori.
Hello. You guys, like always.
Oh, I get a yes on that. It's so going forward. Wow.
I just get goosebumps every time Vanessa's on the show because it's almost like she's a part of everyday life. These are things that my husband and I talk about all the time. My husband, very science-minded guy, but he is from North Africa and also very traditional. So he will never talk badly about the TV in front of the TV. He will never talk badly about the house inside of the house. He will always praise the cars. He will always, we had a car for 10 years. It was in 1992. We just had to put it to rest, and it was a good car. And, instead of my husband being upset, he said, that little car was part of the family and took care of us for as long as it could, and it exceeded its life. And like Vanessa and her Lexus, I have so many stories in where I should have burned up in the car, but the car brought me home, and then it decided to overheat and things to happen.
Yeah.
So always took care of me, always took care of my husband. And people, like the mechanics would say, how are you driving it? And my husband said, no, the car always makes sure to bring her home first. And then everything's okay. But that's my husband's mindset. His family is like that. His mother's like that. They will, if they're going to talk about a television, they'll cover their mouth so the television can't hear.
It's true.
That's so
true. It's amazing.
It's like pure gratitude, really.
Yeah, it is. You're right. That's really well said.
Well, they're very deep. It's a really old country. Morocco is a very old country, and they are very, very deep, spiritual. I've been in the markets in Marrakesh where you've got the snake charmers and the snake dancers going on another level with music and with no mind-altering chemicals, just with the music. They go to another place.
Oh, yeah.
The vibration of the music,
The music is so powerful. Don't you guys think it just really touches a person? Just take the time to turn on some music and, oh my gosh, immediately your mood changes, or you open up and you can stretch, and the music is so powerful.
It is.
I've had my television on 528 hertz and a mix of 963 and 432 for the last 2 days, 12 hours yesterday, 6 hours today, and the swimming pool, even when the pump is off, is still vibrating.
528.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
528 hertz. Yes, there is such a thing. Ask Vanessa.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, it's a vibration. It's a vibration of Earth. I can't remember what that is. That's what the Schumann resonance. But those are healing hertz that you're using, that are healing the house and the land underneath it and around it. That's just brilliant, Lori.
I've always done it. but this is the first time I can do it with my husband being home, because he has changed a lot, Vanessa.
Oh, that's so great.
Wow. Oh, beyond. What you did for me, what you did for me was not just to change me, but it changed my environment, my surroundings, and the person that feels. Oh, I'm so humbled. The person who feels like their voice is still falling through the cracks is me, but I'm getting through it. I'm getting through
those days are over.
Yeah.
I'll do some work on that. On that when I get off the show. I knew someone had to hear that because, I had a guide that was like, you have to say this. And I was like, I wonder where I'm going to say that. So, that guide was reminding me to say it, and I popped it in there when I was speaking with Barbara about Mercury retrograde. And I'm glad that it fell on your ears, because it's very important for us not to fall through the cracks. We are very necessary. We've been selected to help at this point in time. And to help, we have to be whole, 100% whole. And I'm so glad that that's another thing that we can help you with, Lori. Can I tell people the energy healing, the Reiki energy healing?
Oh, yeah.
I did a Reiki energy healing long distance for Lori after a terrific conversation with Lori and Jonathan last week, and went right to work. And it was fabulous. It was wonderful. It's so interesting to do Reiki healing. I'm a certified Reiki practitioner, and it's amazing with energy healing. You can see the energy coming off your fingers, your hands. It's just amazing. So it was fun. So I want to thank you for letting me do that, Lori.
Oh my goodness, it was. Wow. I want to thank you for your time and for your energy, because given the conversation that me and Jonathan had, I'm surprised you didn't go running the other direction with everything that I had on my plate.
How funny! No, it's an honor. Seriously, it's an honor. So that was great fun, and it's so interesting doing a reading. And just so people know, I worked on Lori's house, etc. I won't go into the detail, for 3 days. And they were showing me during the conversation with Lori and Jonathan that I would be doing this through Friday, and to touch base with Lori on Friday, which is what we did. We exchanged some emails, which were terribly interesting. And so I'm so glad. It's amazing how energy healing works. Just amazing. Very happy.
And when things are going out and going for clunk with retrograde, the electricity in my house is coming back. My husband, and I'm not showboating, he's an educated engineer, and he couldn't figure out how to get a lot of the things, the electricity working, outlets and some of the appliances, some of the things in the house. He's like, this just, baffles my mind. I've tried everything I know how to do. And then I think it was the second day or the third day after Vanessa started doing the work, we had a wall oven that started working again. And then it was like Christmas. Bam, bam, bam. One after another, after another, after another, after another, after another. I got my power back, literally, figuratively. It was just mind-blowing. And I was just kind of like, oh, my goodness. And even the yard and the house, they just kind of smiled at me. People don't understand that, but I do. Everybody do, yeah. Okay. Well, I call my house everybody, because when I go outside, I'll tell my husband, I'm going to go say hi to everybody. And he goes, and talk nice to the bananas so that they can talk nice to the banana trees so that they can make you some nice bananas. And I go, yeah, okay. And we've talked to each other like that.
Hold on. You have to be nice to, like, say you see a roach or a spider or Do you have to be nice to that?
Yeah.
No.
They've got a purpose.
Oh God. I'm being very opposite then of nice because I sometimes kill them. Oh no.
Yeah, I can't do that. They'll come after me. The bees. We did some pressure washing. We did some heavy cleaning, and the bees had a discussion with me, and I'm like, I'm sorry. They won't bite me, but they'll come really close to me.
I don't mind.
I understand.
I just don't like
what they're saying.
I don't like the dirty roaches or the spiders crawling on me at night when I don't know it. Like that, I have to draw a line somewhere. I mean, I can't just turn on the lights and like get it out to its home. Like I get a broom and like sometimes I sweep it off. I'll get a broom, but it's going to have to deal with it. I have to sweep it off. You know, I don't want spiders crawling on me. So is that very negative if I get it out and just say hi to, you know, the things I love, like my fan, my stool, my beautiful lighting, artwork, my printer.
Well,
I am way too mean to my printer.
Right.
I'm really mean to that printer, I'm telling you. I yell at it all the time.
Printers
so
are
I
a
need
little
to stop
confounding.
doing that, right? Oh, no.
Yeah.
I probably was yelling at the TV, Vanessa. I wasn't yelling at Priscilla. I was yelling at the TV probably and just don't realize I'm doing that all the time.
It's interesting because houses and now your TV, they gossip. They do. They tell you everything. Before Hurricane Harvey came here, I got a lot of calls from people about what do I do, and I consulted with the houses that the clients were in. They even told me, they even told me about a reservoir. The short side of the story was that houses will tell you things, and there was a reservoir that did give way, but the houses told me at least 3 or 4 days before this reservoir gave way and flooded Houston, on the west side of Houston. It flooded everywhere, actually, but when this happened, we have, you know, local reports with civil engineers and, you know, I don't know, all sorts of engineers that were on television, local television, telling the public what happened. And I remember I looked at my husband, Rich, and I said, that's exactly what the houses told me. Do you remember? I mean, my poor husband, Rich, but he said, yes, I remember that. That's what you said. And I have the most patient husband because he gets these very odd stories, but he's come to learn that is how things are. So houses, and I'm going to tell you something else, houses and babies before they're conceived, they will tell you everything. They tell you everything. And so I get a lot of terrific information by accessing the energies of, I talk about properties a lot on this show, and clearing properties so that they heal, and babies so that they will come and be a part of a family. It's very interesting working
are
with
the babies
energies like this.
Wait, to be more specific, I need to know, the babies, do they know and tell because they were carried around and they talk about their surroundings, the parents, things in their home, or are they talking about another whole world, like a realm out there?
Well, my experience thus far is, first of all, 100% accuracy. I'm just a channel. But before conception, Barbara, you know, that's why someone would call me, because they're trying to conceive and it's been not working.
Even way deeper, they're in the tummy. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The womb is barren.
Yeah.
And you can have a barren womb. You know that's a horrible feeling to some people when they want a child so badly and they can't have one.
Yes.
Oh, it's very huge. It changes their life from good to bad. So, wow, that's so good that you can help that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, you know,
do you have that on your
channel.
website, Vanessa? Do you have that on your website where it says that you can help that? Because that's a great issue for people to help people with.
Yeah, it is.
Infertility, but it's not infertility. It's the planetary system is so powerful. You need to find that child for them and connect them? Basically, are you connecting them? Oh, that's so
well,
cool.
Actually, I'm pretty much just a metaphysical observer, I guess. But it's the kids. They will tell, and it's amazing. They will tell you when they're coming, and they do. I had a little guy that before conception, I told her that she was going to have this little guy, and she was scared. She was actually scared to have this little guy, and I said, "Oh my gosh, he is so eager to come. He's so happy, and he is everything he portrayed himself to be." Here's what's so funny is he wanted to come earlier than the due date, and the mother emailed me and said, "Can you help me?" And so I talked to him, and he and I made an agreement that he would wait till August 13th. He showed up the night of August the 12th. I couldn't get mad at him, but she was going into, what do they call it? Is it early labor, I guess? And so he needed to wait several more weeks. This kid is going to be 1 year old. He is everything he promised to be. That is the happiest family.
Wow.
That is the happiest.
I love that.
I don't ever talk to them, but I do check in on their Instagram, and I just look in, and he is a pistol. That is the happiest family, because they were waiting for him. They didn't know they were waiting for him. He told us, and so that was she became my client like well over 2 years ago. And
I wish I would have known about this when I had Priscilla. She came so early. She was 7 weeks to the day, yes, and then she was in the ICU for 7 weeks. They need that full term. She was a twin, remember? And so that was and I mean, my doctor could not believe I went into labor that soon. Out of all his patients, and he was not even in town, so it was not. I would have loved to have known about this, that I could call somebody and help me with this big, huge issue. Because I felt the pain for 8 hours before I called, because I was in denial. I'm like, there's a thing called Braxton Hicks, and people think that they're not in labor. And you know what? There's no such thing, I guess they say. So what if I had you? I would have called you up, and you could have stopped that, and that would have, oh my gosh.
It's amazing. It would have been different. It could have been different, yeah. It's talking to. The thing is that we are the most amazing creatures. We are loving and powerful, and our words create the most beautiful things or the most not so beautiful things. And this, I got to tell you, speaking to the little ones anytime is healing. It brings peace. Look at the joy. And they'll make deals with you. These little ones, they will talk to you. They will listen to you. And it's through my muscle testing that, the dowsing, the pendulum, or muscle testing, you get the confirmation that you've, engaged.
Lori, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. I was going to ask you, Vanessa, in alignment with what you said about the Mercury retrograde, we have had 4 tree appointments to cut a tree that hasn't happened, and we have had 4 or 5 different appointments to have a fence put on, to have a glass put in our back garage. I'm okay with all that. Everything happens for a reason. I'm just kind of curious to know as to when we're going to get. We have another appointment on Wednesday to have our pool resurfaced. Is that going to go through, or is that going to be another? No.
Well, I got a no on that. It's nothing directly related to you or the pool. Now, we'll tell you about the tree. The tree is very stubborn, and it wants to stay. I suppose you know that. And it is digging its heels in, and it won't be an easy project, I heard, because there's going to be a lot of energetic. There's going to be a fight between the tree and whoever's coming. It's interesting because this tree is so strong. It's almost like it broadcasts. wow. It talks about the word trouble, this tree, and its roots are very deep too. As what he's showing me, he's just really, and it's very male. He doesn't want to go. Listen, as far as the swimming pool, it's more of this guy who is he the pool? He's like a pool restoration or contractor type guy. He's a little mixed up. He's real scattered right now, and he's very worried. So I tell you what, since I see this, but it's probably Greek to you, Lori, I'll do a little work that smooths that all over, and that project does need to go smoothly because you do need to be able to use your pool now. And I'll speak to the tree.
Oh, is it tree?
It's interesting.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'll speak to the tree. It's interesting because people have hired me to come speak to their trees. Same kind of issue. And so speaking with the tree, I know this probably sounds so crazy to some people, but it is speaking certain words and engaging in a reading with the energetic field, the tree. It's a living, it's a being, it's a living being, the tree. So I will speak to it, and I will smooth everything over with this gentleman. I see him, and he's a little distraught over a female, this guy. Does he keep canceling appointments to come work the pool?
Well, it's the whatchamacallit, the outside pool. What do you call that? The deck? It's the deck.
Yeah, the lanai.
The pool needs to be resurfaced. No, not the lanai's okay. It's the resurfacing of the pool. The pool was redone, done pretty well. My husband is quite industrious, and he has taken over the pool. He does a much better job than the pool service. So he does the pool on his own, and he enjoys the physical exercise because he's diabetic. So he's constantly making sure he gets a minimum of 6 hours of hard physical work in a day to, just get rid of any excess sugar and stuff. But the pool, we've had so many appointments to have that resurfaced. We've had, with this tree, we've had so many appointments to have this tree cut down. The thing is it's leaning close to the gate or the fence, the pool, the screen, the pool screen. And then the two other trees that were beside it, they fell down on their own. But this other tree, it's just like holding on by a thread. And we can't get anyone to come take it down. It's strange.
It doesn't want to go. I get the word reticent, and the word stubborn came through. So I'll speak to it, and I'll handle that. Right. But whoever it is that wants to work on the deck, I keep picking up on a guy that's in a back and forth with a woman. Looks like a mother. So I'll handle that.
Thank you.
Does his name begin with the letter A by any chance? Or is it someone different? Does that person's name begin with the letter A, or is it someone different?
I get a no. It's not the letter A. This is a younger guy with sandy blonde hair, and he's about 5'6", 5'7". Yeah.
Great.
Wow. You're amazing, Vanessa.
Oh.
Wow.
Okay,
where
so
can
you
I
don't
leave
have to
testimony
use your hand?
For you?
I'm sorry. I just was interjecting one thing. You don't have to use your hands to do the Reiki. You can do it just by a phone call. Lori.
Yeah.
At her home?
Yeah, I do.
Wow.
Yes. I do it long distance. Yeah.
Oh, that's so good for everybody to know. I'm sorry, Lori. What was your last thing you were wanting to say?
I just wanted to say that I need to leave Vanessa a very detailed testimonial, and I wanted to ask Vanessa where would be the place to do so.
Well, I don't know because I don't have a testimonial page, and I don't know.
You can add it to your website.
Yes, I know. I'll have to do that. I'll tell you what. I can't thank you enough for doing that, and I think you're the one that was supposed to compel me to have I have some really great website design guys that they'll create a page for me.
I know where you can leave it. Right after the show that is on our YouTube channel, when you go to this show on our YouTube channel, which will be up 30 minutes after our broadcast, then you can write it there underneath. That would be awesome. Oh,
one of two places because I need to put it on Vanessa. I'm compelled to put it on Vanessa's direct website, and
you can do. And I don't know first. That would be awesome.
Yeah, no, I don't know what's going to be said because I don't have to think about this. It just comes out. So that's what I'm supposed to say.
Okay.
I'm so honored.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you, Warren.
You know what I can do is I can send it to an email, and you can attach it to wherever you want to put it. How's that, Vanessa?
Thank you.
That sounds
You
great.
wouldn't mind? Okay.
That would be very nice.
All right.
Lori, I can't thank you enough.
So much,
thank
Lori.
you.
I appreciate it.
We have another caller waiting. I don't mean to rush you off, Lori, but Johnny and I communicate, and I know when there's a caller, I feel that there is a caller. Is there, Johnny?
Area code 512. You there? You're on
Hi, 512. You're on live.
Hi, yes, I'm here.
Vanessa Orr,
Hi, I've been waiting forever. Hi.
Hey, how are you?
Hi. Good. It's so good to be on here with you guys. My name is Baby Lethal, and I'm from New Mexico.
Hey, how are you?
Hello? I'm good.
I'm
good.
right here.
So listen. There's a lot that's resonating with me right now on this show. So a couple things happened, and I'm sorry about my accent, but it's just I'm local. You know, I can't help it. So anyway, so my toaster blew up this morning. It blew up, and it's because I was cursing its name last night. I swear. And then I swear I had this big old tree, this big old chanta tree. It's a piñon, which is like locals in New Mexico. So I had it out in my yard, and I was like doing the work, and the tree branch fell on me, And I think it's because I was talking ugly to it. So I really feel what you're saying.
I see. Well, why were you speaking so poorly to your tree?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, you need to be nicer.
It gives me bad allergies. Like in this time of year in New Mexico, it's not fun. It's like allergy central and I'm just like trying to do my makeup and look all good for my hoto, and I can't do it because my nose is all runny, But so I got all mad at it, and then I was like out there trimming, and it fell on me. So now I realize I gotta be nice to my things. It doesn't matter if it's like the toaster.
Do you have a question?
Yes. Well, no, there's a lot of energy going around her. What do you think, Vanessa? Like a lot, it sounds like, is going on at your home. Wow.
Well, I'm in Houston, and but I always thought a 512 area code was not New Mexico. I always thought it was Austin area. I could be wrong.
Yeah. No, originally I got the number in Austin, but I'm from New Mexico, born and bred, 505er, West Side.
Well, I'd be happy to help you with a question if you have one.
Yeah. Do you have a question?
Yeah, so basically, like, this corona has been, like, worse than La Llorona. I don't know if you know what La Llorona is, but La Llorona is pretty scary, So I really had, this time.
Wait, hold on. What is La Llorona?
La Llorona. You don't know who La Llorona is? La Llorona, she come and she take your kids, and when they're sleeping, they have a movie out. La Llorona, Llorana, La Llorona. It's famous. It's out in the movies right now. I grew up listening to it and all scared. So anyway, the corona is like worse than La Llorona, but basically I've had all this time to like really really, am I funny or what? Thank you. Anyway, I've had an ample time, and so Barbara, I want to have a question for you, So I'm wondering if maybe you could get me into Playboy, because I'm thinking I'm going to take a new route in my new career. What do you think?
I don't know. I have not seen you. Let me think. Okay, hold on.
Well, okay, but
I'm
here's
I'm getting a no on that. I must have tested it.
I'm not perfect, but I know all the marketing that's going on now, they're advertising a lot of different shapes in women. And so I think that they had a tranny on a Playmate, and I want to pose for the Playboy.
Okay, you're going to have to contact them, but I get a no on it at this time, unfortunately.
All right.
Orale.
So is that your question,
can I
ma'am?
email you some photos?
No, I don't. I do not work for Playboy in that department, but you can reach them directly. Just go ahead and Google them, and I'm sure they have a phone number and an address that you could submit to.
But I thought that Mr. Heffner, he's gone. So who's there now answering?
You're going to have to contact them yourself. Hey, Johnny, do we have another caller? I'm sorry.
We sure
ma'am.
do. We do.
Ma'am.
Okay,
We have other people waiting, so
All right. Our
thanks
next
for calling,
caller is area code 336.
336. Welcome to Life, Laughter, Happiness. You are on live with Psychic Vanessa Orr, MBA.
Hi,
Welcome.
I just wanted to say welcome. Hi, Vanessa. I just wanted to say, yes, I'm a tremendous fan of Vanessa, and her testimonials would fill, I can't even tell you, volumes. But I wanted to say, in light of Vanessa earlier on the show talking about thanking her car and so forth, a wonderful thing in line with that I'd like to share also with the viewers is if someone's having surgery or what have you, or your child is, thank the tonsils for their service before they go on. Thank whatever's being removed in your body that gave you years worth of say you're having a hysterectomy. And yes, that sounds like, oh gosh, I don't want that. But those body parts were in you for a lot of years. You thank them and bless them, and then you go into surgery. But you're going in a peaceful and place of gratitude for years of service that they've done what they were intended to do in your body.
That's exactly right. You're exactly right. You start to
just sort of along. It's not just mechanical things, but it's our physical being as well.
Yeah. When life hits us with certain things, you're absolutely correct that we thank those situations and those, for example, you mentioned body parts that are failing for the service that they provided. Another thing is that sometimes when body parts fail or issues come up, it's from another lifetime. I don't want to go off in the weeds about this, but that too can be, those issues can be managed or quashed via past life regressions. And that, like I said, I don't want to go off in the weeds because we are here on gratitude. But you are absolutely right about thanking all that. Another thing that I do, I don't go to the doctor very often, but I guess because I really don't need to. But when I have gone, I guess I went to the dentist earlier this month. And when I get in the chairs, I always say, opportunity to have these great people help me or something to that effect. And I always am so grateful for those options of where can I go to have a dentist? Where can I go to have a doctor? Where can I go to find out, anything? And that's, you're absolutely right about the prayerfulness of gratitude. It sets the right tone for everything. When things go wrong in surgery, there is probably, like you are rather mentioning, it's what you're not saying, is there's a lot of angst towards that issue. Like, I can't believe we have to do this. I'm so scared. So that is really great advice.
Well, there you go. Well, I just want to thank you for all that you do and all of your insight, and may we all just gird our loins for Mercury retrograde, and may it pass through as uneventful as it possibly can.
Yes.
Well,
I
I
think
agree
we've
with you.
touched a chord here. We've really touched a chord with people here. There's Lori related to it so big time, and now this caller. People have felt this for a long time, but not many people are really talking about it. It's very powerful stuff. And I think that people who are in life, going through life, who are bored and unhappy and what's the point, and I don't see the point in this, and well, that's because there is no point if they aren't looking further into all of these other realms. They're so much affecting us as humans, and they don't tap into that. They don't even know it's there. So they are missing out. They are missing out on so much in life, and they are not connected, and they feel it by not seeing the point of life. So I think this is going to help a lot of people to start understanding what is going on.
Yeah. I think
good point, Barbara.
Yeah,
well, y'all have a good evening. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you for calling.
Of course. Take care.
Great.
Now, our next caller is area code 775.
Hi, 775. It's your turn with psychic medium Vanessa Orr. Excuse me. I had a frog in my throat. So you're on. It's your turn. You're live.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for taking my call. My name is Wendy from California.
Hey, Wendy. Hi, Wendy.
Hi, and I wanted to give you an update, if that's okay. Last time we talked, I was going to have a conversation with the HR lady. Her first initial of her first name is H, and her first initial of her last name is S. And oh my God, it was tense. And I don't think the way it's written is that I could return to work full capacity on September the 4th. However, for the time being, I'm on restrictions, and one of them is mousing and keyboarding, etc., and also sitting and standing. And she said that I can work up to 50% of my shift, intermittently. Well, the conversation didn't go that well that day, but we talked again the next day, and she had calmed down.
Yeah.
She basically listened to me a little bit better, and I was very respectful to her, but I explained to her that my understanding, because she's the one that's supposed to know all about ADA, I said, if an employer cannot accommodate an employee for ADA, then that employee is off work until the time the doctor says. And I said, and also I say, please focus on the words intermittently, which does not mean continuous. It means occasionally, and also up to. And then I brought her attention to the fact that I also have another disability with hearing, and I tried very hard to resolve that while I've been off work. And the hearing aids had arrived at the audiologist's office, but they were sent back. COVID wouldn't allow anybody in the office, and I have to start over because that office is no longer doing business with my insurance. And I have plenty of proof to support that. So it's not like it's a convenience thing that suddenly I have this hearing situation. It's not. I have overwhelming documentation to prove that, my ethics on that. So the way the call ended was she said, oh, so you mean, she said, yeah, there's a word for it. I forget what the word was. Well, an employer trying to find another position until the employee can return to work to their regular position. I said, yes. And I want to say this carefully. It's a shame that I had to bring that to her attention because she's a very smart woman, and I'm sure she knew about it. But we were on a different wavelength the second day we talked. And so that was last week. So she's going to call me back tomorrow, and she's going to see if they found anything in the call center for me to do that does not involve speaking on the phone and does not involve mousing or keyboarding. Well, I doubt that'll happen, so that simply means I'm on leave through September the 4th. And
I did get a yes that you are on leave through September 4th. But
great.
I think, yeah, but I think I saw a while back that it was through October.
Yeah, well, I think what's going to happen is my doctor and I always touch bases just before the proposed date of my return to work to see how I'm doing. And unless I have a miraculous recovery, Vanessa, I suspect that she's going to support writing me off work even past October 14th, maybe November something, or even early December.
If I understood what you said, is she's going to write you off. I'm going to say that. So in other words, she will work with you, and that you will still have a job through October. Did I understand that correctly?
Well, I'm going to approach my doctor in late August, and we're going to discuss how I'm doing. And if she feels that I'm not well enough to return to work, then she's going to basically put new dates in that ADA. In other words, it'll pick up from 9/4 to 12/1 or whatever date she chooses.
Well, here's what I'm picking up is that there's a kind of a back and forth. It's a salty rub, if you will, between the two of you. And it looks to me like you managed it well on your end, Wendy. And she had read your case and was, they show me the word futile, F-U-T-I-L-E. And so while I'm talking to you, I'm going to look that up. But she felt boxed in and that she had no opportunities or options. She felt like she was being forced to, this is odd, forced to be benevolent. So forced to look at your situation from its medical case work. I got a yes on that. I will tell you that after the first call that you had with HS in HR, she was conferring with a gentleman who looked like a superior or supervisor, and her tune changed, if you will, for lack of a better description. So is she on your side? It doesn't look like it on the phone, but she is.
Mm-hmm.
And so you have someone that's 100% on your side in HS. I got to know, but let me see how sided she is. So let me see what the percentage is. So is it more than 50%? So 50, 60, 65, 61. Okay. I tell you what, after the show, I'm doing some work for some other callers, and I'm going to help her look at your file again, and I'm going to ask that she look at your file with compassion and stay within, and she still stays within the laws. You're in California, as I recall, yes?
Yes, I am.
And you know what it sounds like to me? It sounds like you're doing better as we have this conversation about those phone calls. Okay? It sounds like all that ruffled energy is kind of it's unraveling, it's smoothing out a little bit.
To be quite honest with you, a little bit better, because I want to be respectful of her, but I think she was not accustomed to talking to somebody who knew my ADA rights, and I had to remind her of it. That's a polite way of saying it.
That was hard to do. Yeah, Wendy? That was a challenging conversation, yes?
Yes, it was.
Yes. I can tell that you were very firm. And by the way, you speak very well, and you have such. You're very compelling, and I always enjoy speaking to you and doing these readings for you. These events have really created an uptick in. It's a real campaign that you're dealing with. It's a real campaign. So you're doing a very good job. Can hardly imagine how difficult it is to get things done. I mean, you're unable to really move very much. I surmise you're still with that wheelchair situation, yes?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. And you know what? You're doing everything I heard by the book. So you're not being fraudulent. You're not being, outside the case. You're not. What's that mean? It's like you're not.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
I work in a HIP environment, and the proof directly comes from the hospital, not me. I did not write the MRI report. I did not determine the diagnosis codes.
Right. No. I say sometimes in my head, I don't ever say it to anybody. And it's rare that someone has a debate or difficulty with me, but if they do, I always say, gee, I hope they come to this debate or this fight with their wits about themselves, because it'll be a short discussion. And I think because you were well equipped in what you're talking about, your rights, your ADA rights, and my guides say to me that you are, down to the letter, down to the nth power, if you will. It's like you've really crossed your T's and dotted your I's, for lack of a better description here. So
boy, did I!
Yes, you are in the right. You are in the right. And statement that HS, who is in, the HR lady, is she supposed to be the the tough guy? I don't know much about HR, except I do have a project management license in it, but I've never really exercised it. I've never worked in HR, but they play
you mean like good cop, bad cop? I don't know, but you know what?
Yeah,
quite honestly, Vanessa, I think she's unaccustomed to speaking to somebody like me, that is so articulate and has done my research and dotted my I's and crossed my T's, and I know my ADA rights. She should have said, I think that she was obligated to say, let me see if there's any work you can do right now without using a computer and being on the phone. She was obligated to do that. But I had to remind her. I had to get her attention in a business, professional, pleasant way as possible. I really
and your
had
email.
Right,
Wendy?
I had
your email.
How
did she like that? Remember, Vanessa, Wendy on a show, she said, I wrote a really great email, and you said, and, I can write an email if I have to. Or, you were very confident about the email. I love that. And then did you send that to her, and did that, get the ball rolling more quickly, Wendy?
Oh, I like email because it's proof interaction between entities, and it can be legal proof in court. And
I know. So how did she react to your email? Your great email. I want to hear about that one.
She might now suspect that I know that.
What? What did she think about your really well-written email about it? I want to know. Did you send that certain email to her?
I think that she was trying to, I hate to say it, but I think she was trying to intimidate me. And that,
and she wasn't.
And say, well, she was focusing on, my doctor said I could return to work as of June 5th. Well, that was an old note.
Vanessa just said she wasn't trying to intimidate you. So then if not that, what was she trying to do? Maybe just I don't know, maybe part of her job is to not let you have your benefits that you deserve. Maybe that is saving company money or the government. Something is keeping her from doing it quickly. And you've had a long road, months and months you've been calling with these little steps move like snails. I mean, this is bad for your health, just dealing with this part of it. Don't you want to get done with this and have a life and live?
I want this chapter over with. but I'm very cognizant of HIPAA law. Trust me, and so I feel like I'm in a safe place. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm relying on documentation directly from the hospital. I'm not writing the work-off notes. I'm not writing the radiology reports, and it's overwhelming supportive. So what's going to happen tomorrow is she's going to call me in the afternoon, and she's going to tell me whether or not, miraculously, they found something I can do where I'm not on the phone because I can't hear right now while I get my hearing aid situation fixed, and beyond using the computer. I anticipate she'll probably say no, and that I'm off work through 9/4. I hope that's what she says. And then, meanwhile, she's probably going to ask about my audiology appointment. Well, I was supposed to go today, but I spoke to the office, and they said, do not come in because I'm running a temperature. And they said, per COVID guidelines, they will not let me in their office for 14 days until these symptoms pass. Well, I'm sorry, but that's what happened. But anyway, I can fully support everything I say. I have documentation that I saw an audiologist at the hospital in January. I have proof that I saw another hearing aid place in February. So it's not like a convenience thing. I have overwhelming proof, documentation.
Well, I'll tell you what I'm doing. I'm clearing all of the wrinkled energy here, and I'm actually writing out the statements that you have a successful conversation with this woman who goes by the initials HS in the HR department. Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm shifting energy so that it's a kinder, gentler conversation. Yeah. And Wendy, listen, you are a very smart woman. You don't like to be hoodwinked. You are not about to be hoodwinked. Yeah, that is true about Wendy. And I commend you for that, because a lot of people don't pay attention. But you're very cognizant of your environment, and you're very cognizant of the transition that you're going through, and you will have a very successful outcome. Thank you. Especially as I sit here and I'm working on you right now, and I'm working on the HR lady. She was counseled by her supervisor, and she did pull back her knives. I mean, she did have some energetic knives out. She really did. And you were aware of it. You weren't really aware of what was going on, and you did have all of your data at the ready. So you presented well, by the way. She is used to walking on people. It is her job, but she does it in the name of the corporation. This is it's a job. And so, but if I make the mistake, yes,
I am a humanitarian, and I have a lot of strength. I have a gentle spirit, so sometimes I'm misinterpreted, like, oh, well, I can walk all over this, and that's when my intellectual strength kicks in big time. And I do not like it when anybody's rights are trampled upon. And I think what it took was, in as politely as I could, I finally got her attention. Like, I wasn't rude. I said, wait a minute, I have a legal right for you to see if there's anything else I can do. And I said it more, my understanding per ADA is that the employer would do this, blah, blah, blah. So I stuck to my demeanor with her. And I think now I have a different anticipation of our conversation with her tomorrow. I feel like I'm more in a position of empowerment, and that it's going to be more of a mutual interaction, because now I think she understands that I know more than most people do.
Now, does that answer the questions?
No, it doesn't.
What was that?
Real quick. No, it doesn't. No, there's going to be a lot more questions.
But
Wendy.
here's what we're going to do, because we're coming up on the end of the show. So, Wendy, I'm already taking care of tomorrow.
Okay.
They've been showing me, my guides have been showing me what to do. And what I want you to do is to know that this woman, you correctly perceived that she was out to trip this up, and she was trying to talk you into backing out of the company altogether. But you're operating with evidence and on a proper project management timeline, so you're fine. I don't want you to worry about this for two reasons. One, it's a successful outcome. That's what's coming for you. End of discussion on that. But secondly, I'm doing the work here as you speak. And I'm also testing as I go along. I'm muscle testing for truth and the validity of what you're saying. Now, the last part, I want you to understand. I'm going to wrap it up like this and say, Wendy, if you put that negative energy out there, I'm going to ask you not to do it. And I know it's hard. Believe me, I know that's easier said than done, but I'm going to help you do it right now. So I'm going to speak to your energy field to let go, because it's really rather. Your energy field is like literally sticking to you. It's you're protecting yourself. So just know that if I make the statement, does the conversation with the HR lady go well for you tomorrow? I get a yes.
Okay.
Yes, it goes well tomorrow. I've been checking on that throughout the whole time you were talking. I've gotten yes every single time, and I've checked several times. I want you to breathe, because you stop breathing, and the vibration in your voice is just, it's almost choking you. Wendy, it's going to be okay. It's really it's going to be amazing how this works out.
Okay.
And I'm
All
not
right.
telling you that to make you feel better. This is what I'm shown, and I'm working on you right now.
All right. And eventually, I had a blessing. I had to call another company regarding getting a replacement card, and I said, because I'm a CSR, are you working remote? And and she said yes, and that she worked. It wasn't the same company she answered with. It was another company that specializes in finding people remote jobs. And now I have a name of a company. The first two letters are TT, and they help people find remote jobs with great, wonderful companies. So I anticipate I'll be working remotely, regardless of what happens with this job after the middle of October, with my resume.
And you know,
I like that you knowing and planning for that. And also, I think Wendy should plan. You should plan something fun, something like you're going to do this after this is over, and you're so happy, like Vanessa says is going to happen. Have a trip planned, or have some kind of thing that you've been really wanting to do, and put thought into it right now, every day, into what you're going to do to celebrate, to get your mind and soul off and focus on the negative, and just give yourself a break. This is like, that would drain me so much to deal with this every single day. So I have to hand it to you. You've done really well. Vanessa has helped you so much. And on private session, have you done a private session with Vanessa yet? Wendy?
A session with Vanessa? No.
Oh, no. Okay, well, you should. You should do it privately, because we only have a limited time here, Wendy. We're going to have to get to our other callers, but she's going to do some work after, like she always does, and we're going to thank you, and we will probably get an update soon, okay? So, Johnny,
all right.
And we are going to have to do the shout-out right now, and then and wrap up with maybe one or two more callers. Is that okay,
Thank you,
Vanessa?
Wendy.
That's fine.
Thank you. Yes. Thank you, Wendy.
Thank you, Wendy.
Still listening, but thank
you,
Wendy.
Perfect. I just want to, since I was telling Wendy what a great idea it would be to have a private session, I might as well just do the shout out, I thought, and tell all the listeners, you guys. You can find Vanessa Orr, MBA, on her Instagram, Vomba11, VOMBA 11, and visit her website, which is called FullSoulReadings.com, and you can book her that way too. So, wow, Vanessa, before the show you were like hoping, and you were like not hoping, you were like putting it into existence that this will be one of our best shows ever, and I think it has been. Wow.
It's always a great show on Life, Laughter, and Happiness. I can't thank you enough. I can't thank Jonathan enough to having me on. I thank you.
Oh, well, we love having you.
We love
having
you
amazing and nice.
It's really one of the highlights of my week. You know, I mean, you're like my
mine too.
The highlight of our show.
Too. Oh, thank you. Oh, I enjoy
it so
much.
Our everyday, you know. And then to hear about how you helped one of our listeners, Lori. Oh, wow.
Yeah,
and
Lori.
Her husband has changed. It sounded to me, without, we didn't want to give too many details, but that it was a positive thing and on his part. But it's like a balance, too. I mean, you can't just, like, have it shift that much. Even if it's positive, there always has to be, like, a balance. It has to be, like, settled. It has to be, like, there's all kinds of ways that you do this. I think that's so interesting.
Right. I do, too. I love it.
It has to be balanced. Yes.
It does.
Everything in it should be balanced.
It's right. It's where good things happen within the balance. It's right.
Well, maybe along with muscle testing, we could get a little.
Oh, I'm so excited.
A lesson on Reiki, too.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
Since you are an expert on that,
so powerful.
I love it. And then also numerology, which you're an expert on. I love that, too. I'm more drawn to that than the other one.
I find myself doing numerology every day. It's amazing. I think I'll probably say amazing for the rest of my life. So, but it's always such a great show here on Monday nights. I just can't thank either of you enough. I just thank you so much for letting me be a guest here and talking to all your great
really should
audience.
Start advertising for the July the 1st muscle testing class.
Yes. You want to talk about it real quick?
Yeah.
About the road
oh, wow. I'm glad. Oh, we're going to do it July 1st. That's great, everybody. Wow.
Yes.
Tell us, Vanessa and Johnny.
Yeah. Go ahead, Johnny.
Well, you know, this is, as we all know, the new addition to our community is our Roku channel, and this gives us a chance to be on television. And I haven't given you the update, but we're up to 152 subscribers now. And,
great.
You know, we tend to get like 2 or 3 a day, but I'm hoping that in the future that it's going to get more than that. But, you know, what's happening is that we've never, me and Barbara, we really bonded with Vanessa, you know, a great deal. And I guess when you bonded with someone, you always think, gee, I wish you could talk to them via camera. I mean, I might as well be honest. I mean,
yeah.
When you really get to know someone, you just sort of, you always want to do that. And we've always sort of, you know, like, I haven't, and I think it's going to be interesting because it'll give Vanessa a chance to kind of shine a little bit. You know, not that she's trying to shine with the sake of, you know, just shine on the computer. I mean, but on the television.
Yeah.
And I have tomorrow. Me and Barbara, we're going to do a video for Roku. I'm letting Barbara decide what the makeups of it are going to be. And
I've been writing down a lot of topics that I want to cover. A lot.
Awesome. But I think that I like it because
content up there, and people will love it.
What I like about it is that I'm going to be able to give people shows, and because a lot of times what happens is when I was doing this show, people would come on, they'd be like, oh, I want to help out, but then they say, I want to do everything. And then before you know it, I mean, you know, which is nice that they say they want to do everything, but when you say you want to do everything, that means nobody else gets to do anything.
Or then you name it after yourself or something like that.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about? No, but Johnny and I always said that from the very beginning. And before you finish your story, Johnny, I wanted to say that I agree. A long time ago, when you first were on last summer, Johnny and I were like, we really had a connection with you, personally us.
Yes, we did.
You know, and there were other people involved in the show at the time, and we were the ones, right, Johnny?
Yes.
I believe
would
that,
talk when you were not on the show. Me and Barbara, we would talk, and we would say we really miss her. I mean,
yeah,
it
all the
was
time.
yeah,
is that right?
And it was just
my.
And it's just amazing. I mean, like the doctor, we really miss the doctor, and it's.
I'm so glad to be here.
Judge Judy. Dale Shear is Judge Judy, and
yeah.
I told her that, and she goes, well, this is what she told me. She goes, well, if I'm Judge Judy, you're the savant, Johnny. She says I'm a savant.
Oh, really?
So I think that's I like the environment of the show. I like the idea that there's people who are wanting to help out, wanting to see things go, you know. And I think the channel is going to make it even more of a thing. I mean, 40 million people across the world use Roku. And
that's awesome. I love Roku.
And
I love it. You have
another thing.
I don't, but I'm going to try to figure it out.
And this is another thing I'm going to tell you. There is this is to give you to them insight. On Roku, there is a thing that you go to called the top 100 newest channels. Okay, I don't know if I told Barbara this or you this.
I have.
And what it is when this is a time of year where not a lot of people are submitting channels. So fortunately for me, I'm going to probably stay on that list for about 3 or 4 months.
Right.
That means 40 million people who are using Roku are going to see this channel that I have.
That's why we have to get our good stuff up there. Yes, we need to get the good stuff up. So I'm so excited that we have plans.
And new versions up, which is why I would like to get something that can be regularly done, you know. Or, I mean, you know, something maybe, you know, like done every week. I don't know, to keep people busy if you get the drift. So, you know.
We hear you, Johnny. We're very proud of you. You've done a good job. And very quickly. Very good job.
Very.
It's made him happy, too. Always happy. And I love seeing that, Johnny. So it's great. It's all positive. It's wonderful. And also, I think we've taught the listeners out there that it's so important to be positive and go even layers deeper than you've ever imagined. Just listen to the show again and you'll know what I'm talking about. And it was amazing to learn all about that more tonight. So thank you so much, Vanessa, for that.
Oh, it's my honor. Thank you.
Is there another
It was a great
caller?
show.
I mean, I just feel like I want another caller. What about you, Vanessa?
I am your guest. It's whatever I can do for the two of you.
Is there one, Johnny? I feel like good about this.
There is. I think I can probably fit in one more. Let me put in area code 610. You're on the air.
Hi, 610. Hello. You're on with Vanessa Orr, MBA. Hi. Do you have a question for Vanessa?
Yes. Right. The past 5 years, me and my husband has not lived together. We've been separated. But we have still been, like, involved in everything. And he's even, like, he's dating someone else right now. But I'm wondering, do you ever see me and him actually getting back together, but we're still involved? Do you ever see me and him getting back together on a permanent basis again?
I got a no on that. And it's because you don't know it, but you're saying no to it. He's so unhappy. He misses you. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
You're blocking him. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Do you have children with him?
Yes.
It has something to do with the kids. The parental. Listen, I know we're at the end of the show, but he's so unhappy, and he's with this woman, and she adores him, but it's not reciprocated by him. But what is the one thing he did to you that makes you so sad that you're blocking him? Did he have an affair on you? Is that what I'm picking up? Okay. Okay. Let me give you a real quick saying if you want him back, and I rather sense that you strongly do, but right now I'm getting a no, but we can shift that. So here's what you do. You haven't forgiven him. Hey, can I tell you something? I totally understand. All right? I totally understand. But if you want him back, and we'll just walk along that premise right now, I would suggest to you to get a rose quartz bracelet and wear it on your left side. It will help you forgive the whole situation. Now, I'm going to say this. This is probably the oddest thing that I've probably ever said, because I always take a lot more time to examine the issue. But I can really pick up a lot of earnestness in your energy field about putting it all back together. Now, I want to ask you this one last question. Really, how much do you trust him? Do you think he'll do it again? And I'm picking up a yes, but do you think he'll cheat on you again?
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh. So, if you want him back, you're going to have to forgive him. Can I tell you something about this real quick? This reading is entirely for you. It's not necessarily for him. If you don't get this pink bracelet, I'm shown that you could. I don't want to be a naysayer. I don't want to be negative, but I really think it will help you. It will save you. It will help you with your health. And then you know what will happen. You probably won't want him back.
Mhm.
I'm so sorry. Listen, I'm so sorry that happened to you. I understand what you're going through. Believe me, I understand. But as a friend of yours, please invest, $6 in a rose quartz bracelet, or, a rose quartz, just anything. They're very inexpensive. And that's going to help you forgive, because this is for you. You're just the nicest person. They keep saying you should see her. She is the nicest person. That's what they keep saying. And so I'm so glad you called in. I'm so glad that you got in on the end of this show here at Life, Laughter, and Happiness, because this is entirely for you.
Wow.
And your vibration will shift so much that you probably won't want him back.
If you could take away from yourself the feeling of wanting him, wouldn't that just solve all the problems? Because then you won't want him back. Who you know in your heart that he will do it again, and that's going to be so painful. So, gosh, Vanessa, thank you for offering that suggestion with the bracelet, because if that could help take that away, that feeling, that would be great.
Yeah.
So great.
Wow. It's because there's a block there. Isn't that funny? How can I get him back? And I'm like, I don't think she wants him back.
Yeah.
And
she still would. Oh.
But it's for you. This is for you. Okay. I'm glad you called in. But you know
page?
What? Mm-hmm. What's that?
Do you have a Facebook page?
No, I'm not on Facebook. But I'm on Instagram. I'm on Instagram.
Okay.
It's Bomba, VOMBA11. Call back and let us know what happens. Get the bracelet, because that's going to help you with your vibration. And wouldn't you like the right guy to come along? Because I want the right guy to come along. Yeah.
She's so sweet, like you said, and she deserves a wonderful guy with a great life and future. You deserve it.
Are you a good cook, too? They say you're a good cook. Does that make sense?
Yes, I am.
Wow.
I love it. They were telling me she's such a good cook. My guys were like, she is such a good cook. You're like a rose. We do special things for roses, don't we? When we see a rose, we're like, oh my gosh, there's a rose. I mean, I do. And that's who you are. Special.
Oh, thank you.
I'm so glad you called in. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome.
I don't know if it's a deja vu or not, but I feel like she called in before and asked that exact same question, and you told her the exact same answer. Not about the bracelet, but I get a no on that about her getting back with him. I don't know if she wants to say if she called. Paul, or did you call in before and ask that, or am I just thinking that?
So much of that because
I
called in before because what had happened was he's been trying to contact me, and I've been trying to, like, distance myself from him. So I was like, well, let me call back in to see if I should just, like, keep distancing myself from him because he's with this other woman. And it's like, why does he want to bother with – why does he want to keep trying to bother with me?
Now
you know what I mean?
Same answer.
So, yeah.
I'm so glad you told Beckett. I don't – it's funny
Confirmation.
because as a channel, I never remember all my readings. And, like, Jonathan has a bear trap mind, and he'll say, you said this and you said that. And I'm like, oh, my God, what'd I say? So
you are.
I always, like, depend on – yeah, Jonathan's got a bear trap mind. So I'm so glad you called back. And you have to call back and let us know. Call back in a month and let us know how it's going because I see upward, go, go, go. Aim high. You are to aim high.
Okay.
What a great person.
What a great call to end with, too, Vanessa.
Yeah.
And thank you, caller, for calling in. And it's like a major confirmation. I just knew. I had a feeling that she had called in before. I just remembered the two things, her question and then the answer, which was you said, no, you're not going to get back with him. Wow.
Yeah, and I didn't remember.
What, Johnny?
And I didn't remember. I didn't remember any of that, Barbara. You're good.
I could tell you didn't. So that was awesome.
Yeah.
Confirmation. Yes, Johnny.
Would it be okay if we tried one more caller? Because I just got to want to make. Okay.
Oh, I thought we were running out of time as far as like what you. Sometimes you just put it. Okay, good.
I'm gonna.
All right. Wow.
Area code 208. You're on the air.
Oh, hey, thank you so much for bringing me on.
Welcome to the show. You're welcome. You're on with Vanessa Orr, MBA. Hi.
Hey, it's Alyssa. How are you guys doing today?
Oh, it's Alyssa.
Oh, hi, Alyssa.
Oh, my God.
Oh, thank you. Hopefully that was a good, like, oh, it's her.
Yeah.
Sure. Shane. It's about Shane?
Kind of, and it's also about retrograde. I've been feeling really disconnected, especially emotionally, and even, like, towards him, just feeling disconnected, like I don't feel anything. Is that normal during retrograde?
Yeah. Well, see, you're an empath. And you have such a great voice. Oh, my gosh, you should do voiceover or something. You have such a great voice, yeah. But, you know, sometimes when I hear a voice and they tell me to say that you should do voiceover, I jump on it. So look into that. So retrograde plus the other 4 planets, Alyssa, it's just like spin cycle. It's just a little much. But listen, if I make the statement Alyssa is grounded, I get a no. So what you do when you finish speaking with us here on Life, Laughter, and Happiness, just sit still for a few minutes. It only takes like 30 seconds. And just say, I am grounded. And what you do is pull, and I listen, I've already done it for you actually. I do it for Barbara and Jonathan and the show and everybody who calls in and anyone who listens. I cover them in white golden light, and I bring that light down through every chakra in your body, and then I ground you into the center of the earth, which through your feet and your tailbone. Pat Longo developed this. And then I cover you in protection. It's not me. I'm just a channel. But that's going to shift and make you more grounded during this dubious time with the retrograde, 5 planets in retrograde. You are correct. You are
okay. Cool.
Everything is scattered. Yeah, but you're very.
Well, like even like if I watch something with him in it, usually I'm like giddy and happy inside, and I don't feel anything right now, which is really strange. I figured maybe something changed.
There's a shift. Yeah, there's a shift. It's so funny because before the show, I've got notes here from, you know, when we've spoken. My guides. You should see all the papers. I have loads of papers, and this paper that I'm looking at, they're like, don't forget this paper. Don't forget this paper. And here you called.
Wow.
So.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, you know what my guides are saying to me to tell you is to focus on you.
I've been trying to. Self-care seems to be helping a little.
I know, right? Self-care. I mean, I tell myself that every day. And you know what? It's changed my life taking care of me. It's like it was time. So do that. You and I are going to do that. But you are protected, and that little exercise takes like boom, a couple seconds rather to ground, and you're an empath. So I'm going to say this, and I know we're wrapping up the show. So what you see is so. Do you understand? What you sense is so. So if you're shifting away from Shane right now when you see him on television, there's something probably signaling you, and I get a yes on that. It's you. I mean, you're the one that's shifting away from him. You're saying, I want something real in front of me. Does that make sense?
I'm just curious if that means like meeting him isn't going to happen, or that it would push it toward happening where I want something real.
You're shifting away from Shane. I get a yes on that.
Okay.
You are shifting away from Shane. That's what I'm picking up. It's so crazy because, when you have called in the last couple times, I was blown away by what I was picking up with you and Shane. I don't know who Shane is, of course, but I got my notes here from last time, and my guides they're adamant about me bringing them in with me today for tonight's show. So I did. And now here I am sitting here with you, and you're very powerful. That's what I'm going to tell you. You are amazing. Everybody is, but Alyssa, you're very powerful. So you are really in charge of your world so well that you are saying, well, I think I'm going to look a little off to the side away from Shane right now. That's how powerful and confident you are. I like that a lot. So now you have to call back because I'm like stuck on your story. It's like very interesting to me. And I do love hearing the vibration in your voice. It's just so fun and light.
I thought she was an actress because of how her voice sounded.
I just
You thought I was a what?
I think
an actress. I don't know what you do. I don't, know anything except for what you told us. And I feel that she's an actress. I feel it. I didn't really think you're going out there and doing it, but I feel you are. And you should. I didn't know you had those feelings, Vanessa, about people with their the voiceover. So you get this.
I love that.
And your guys are telling you this about her and other people too. Wow. Sometimes I will come across, and it's interesting because sometimes they're a great singer. I sing, I like a wedding singer type thing, or just a very good singer. And they need to do it because they're expressing themselves.
Exactly. And I remember the first time Alyssa came on, and Alyssa exited. She was like our first caller, and she exited. And I think you and I were both kind of chatting back and forth as Jonathan was bringing another caller, and how much we enjoyed hearing Alyssa.
Yeah.
So Alyssa, you're very gifted, you're very talented, and you are very empathic. So trust your intuition, in which I rather sense you do already. So I really find you so emboldened and a great decision maker, and you don't let a lot get you down. It's like if things don't go right, you just look at another way to get around that block or that obstacle, or do things in a different way, different transition. Does that make sense about you?
Yeah, I've had a lot happen.
Yeah, you have. I saw that. You can, if you want to shift that, you can. That's how powerful you are.
Wow.
Very
That's
interesting.
To try out that.
Yeah, look up voiceover. Very interesting with you. And you could do that over your computer from your home.
My agent Kurt does that. He represents voiceover people. I cut one of those.
Really?
Ones. Yes, and he could help her. Mhm.
Wow.
Oh, thank you. That sounds like
how
fun.
sweet is that?
I want to know if you ever would take advantage of that. Would you pursue it, this voiceover?
I would. I've been actually told multiple times to do voiceovers because I've done like call center work.
Really?
My thing right now is I'm trying to get on disability. I have a hearing here in a couple months, so I'm hoping I get that, and then that would be something I would look into.
You will. I got a yes on that.
Oh, I'm so glad. It's been 2.5 years, so.
Yeah. No, I got a yes on that. So
awesome.
So, wow, very interesting. It's always fun to talk to you, Alyssa. It always is.
Yeah, you guys too. I love it. I listen every week.
Just unbelievable that she's had to wait that long to get that. So since your accident?
Well, it's been 2.5 years I've been waiting to get on disability. It's been 4 years since my car accident.
Oh, that doesn't seem right, does it, Vanessa?
No, it doesn't.
Is there a blockage?
Oh, yeah. Was this a drunk driver? Was this a male?
It was a man. I don't think he was drunk. I think he may have been on drugs.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'll do some work here.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Oh, yeah. No, I rather knew that there was an impediment. I don't know if that's the right word, but I'll do some work here.
Thank you.
I'll
I appreciate that.
Tomorrow. Oh, absolutely.
Oh, no worries.
I'm happy to do that. It's always a pleasure. And
that's awesome.
For me.
Follow
now I
the
just want to listen to her voice.
I know. I love it. There's like so many markets out there that need, they employ people to do voiceover. And Alyssa, the markets are just growing. Video games, obviously books.
Audiobooks.
People are really navigating toward. Can you imagine you narrating something for like children or babies or babies? I mean, oh my gosh. So
that'd be awesome. They do really well. Look at the lady who does all of the Surrey, or the first one. Not Surrey. There was one before that, I think, and she was the voice of she recorded so many different sentences. She made a lot of money, and it was just this normal housemaker woman. Yes.
Wow.
I saw a documentary on that. It is really great, and you should do it. And, I mean, you'll probably get into it. It's an art, really. You are an actress with your voice. You don't even have to try.
Yeah, I never thought of that.
Perfect.
That's so awesome.
That's really cool. Thank you.
That's so awesome. Yeah. Well, thanks, Alyssa.
I think that Shane would love it if he met you. Oh, you guys, if Shane met her and she was already involved and had done some voiceovers, then, wow, they would have that actor connection because actors love other actors. That's why they're together. They understand each other. Yeah, it's very important to them.
That's amazing. That's interesting. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I know he wants to get into voiceover too.
Yeah, and you would enjoy it anyway. It's not like you're totally doing it just like manipulating it. You're doing it because you would probably enjoy it, and it's a good money maker for you. It's a whole new career. It's a whole new chapter in life. Turn the accident into something good. Like you can do it from anywhere. You don't have to dart around all of these places. You probably could do it right there at your home.
Yeah, that's what I was shown. Absolutely.
Good.
So I'll get to work on this tomorrow, Alyssa.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, and I appreciate all of you. And thank you for bringing me on today.
So, Alyssa, if you would like to connect, because we need your information so we can help get you connected with Kurt, my agent, then please stop by our Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. And while you're at Instagram, you'll be able to see my story, which has a lot of Vanessa Orr's stories to kind of intertwine and connect and do a lot of promos. So if anybody can't remember Vanessa Orr's Instagram, you'll find it through the Life Laughter Happiness Instagram because you're going to remember that because you're calling in and listening. So there's always ways to find us. We want more interaction. We want to help. Vanessa's doing really well with so many of our listeners privately, doing private sessions.
Yes.
And it's wonderful. And it's like they become family. I mean, it wasn't like this a year ago a little over a year ago when I started. The callers were just callers. Now they're our friends. They're part of our community. It's really a great feeling. So we invite that, please. All right. And you can see us on Facebook, too, and Twitter, and all of these shows are right there on our YouTube channel, Life, Laughter, Happiness. and Vanessa, FullSoulReadings.com, or her Instagram, Bomba11. And that covers all of that, everybody. We want to hear from you. And, wow, I am telling you, that was a really enlightening, wonderful, enjoyable show for myself.
Yeah. I enjoyed it, too, and I'll get to work on your TV a little bit more.
Oh, guess what? Hold on. About the TV, everybody. I have to tell you about the best daughter ever. Okay, while I was doing the show, I wasn't paying attention. She was so quiet. She got the TV in the room set up, which we never did set up because she's like, oh, I don't want a TV anymore. Oh, my gosh. She loves Roku so much. She took the Roku and set it up on the TV in her big, huge room, rearranged the furniture all the time. She's like, Mom, come. And
wow.
Look, during the show, it is working, and we don't even have a box in that room, a receiver. It's working. Ha-ha. Not just in the living room, and now I don't care because I don't need a TV really in the living room. I just can live without it. I watch my phone or the computer, but I want to lay on a bed with my daughter and watch TV and movies, and we can. That's a nice daughter, isn't it?
It is. She's so gifted. That Priscilla, she's
smart
so
daughter.
Gifted.
Well, she's a smart one doing all the wires and like all the technical stuff. I'm really good at that stuff. I think maybe she's learned it from me just by observation and living with me. I'm really good with wiring.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. I could put anything together.
Is that right? I love that. That's
Thank
that left brain thing I was telling you about. You got your left brain and your right brain going.
Yes, I get a lot of compliments with my lighting. People look around, they're like, well, you got the lighting thing down.
I believe this. Yes, I would believe that about you. Barbara's pictures are dynamite, and you're very technically inclined, and I honor you for that.
Thank you. It's just
You're
enjoyable.
welcome.
Some people like doing dishes that calms them down, or they like cooking. People love knitting, things like that. To me, rewiring something and making it all neat and working order, and redoing the lighting, and to me that is relaxing.
Wow, that's a great brain you have, and I'm serious when I say that. Yes. Well,
I just love talking to Vanessa. She fills you up with joy and makes you feel like you're good, and you do that with all of our callers too, and Johnny, and it just really has been wonderful having you back.
I'm so glad.
And now
walking on air,
you're going to be teaching some wonderful things and techniques and things I never really looked into that much. You would be surprised, I just kind of went on my own intuition. Now there's all these different ways to make your home just the best, in the best energy.
Yeah.
With the best warmth and joy of energy, the feeling. It's so important.
Yeah.
From your bed to your pillows to your chair.
For health. For health and wealth and protection, absolutely true. Absolutely so, Barbara.
And while we were talking, when you talked about the crystals around your bed, I moved it closer to me, the bag of all the special rocks you sent me, one of the bags, I put it right near where I sleep. And yeah, I bet that's important too. Really important. I already have the tower by me. Is that okay if I have the tower right by my head?
Yeah. Those grids, I mean, I studied those grids. Those grids do magnificent work. So I'm so glad.
It's quite amazing.
I'm so glad.
It really is amazing.
I love it. Well,
and I have my daughter. She knows more about all of this stuff than I do, and so I have her. That what if I had somebody I'm living with, like you have Rich, who's so supportive, and you give him these concepts, and then he realizes, hey, that is how it is. Wow, and he's accepting it. But what if you had somebody around you that just thought it was stupid or laughed about it, or that would be
I did
such
have
a tug down.
Well, I wouldn't be on the show with you because then I would have succumbed to that person, and I was with that person. And I did tell that person, I know what's going on, but when you get around someone like that who wants to be a naysayer, it's because they don't want you to know the truth about them. So universe takes care of it, Barbara. They, you shift like look at Alyssa, she's shifting. And so it's a shift. And the caller before Alyssa, she's shifting. And so then the right people can come into your world. It's a matter of just like that. It's a blink of an eye, and it changes.
And the wrong people get out.
Yes, that's exactly right.
The wrong people get out, and it's easier than you thought it would be.
It's true. It's true. There are a couple people in my life whom I miss very much, and they're just going down a different path. And then there are other people that you watch them exit, and it's, it's just sad, but it's a vibration. And you just hope that they'll catch up with the good vibration, catch up with you. And it does happen.
Like no hard feelings, but it's just that is what's going to keep you healthy. And that's part of self-care. We need to, it's not like we're being mean and, oh, well, you don't think my way, then get out of the way. No, it's affecting my vibration, which affects my health and well-being.
Yes.
It's just not a choice. I have to do it for my health. And you get this confidence about you when you have that.
It's true. When I was with in the other marriage, I would get sick all the time, and that's because they have it's not a vibrational match, and so you have to create an exit strategy, and it's sad. Barbara is sad. It is. It's like the caller ahead of Alyssa.
Oh yeah.
I didn't. Yeah, it's hurtful, but yeah. But
it is. But when you understand everything.
Yeah.
But when you do understand it better, though, when it comes to affairs of the heart that are so painful, you're able to get through it a lot better, I do believe.
Oh, yes. Yeah. You are a champion of overcoming negative things, like Wendy. Wendy will champion over the situation. But you could hear that she was...
I'm glad she called us because we get her, like, shake that out. Like, okay, you're going to have to control all of that to actually move forward. It can consume you.
It can. You're absolutely right about that, and it'll make you ill. So I've been working on her. I've got 2 pages of data here that I will it's a modality that I do. And so I've done the work for Wendy right now, so it'll be a success story. I think she talks to this woman tomorrow, the HR lady tomorrow. So that'll be a success story.
That is awesome. And that is amazing that you work even after the show on all of our callers.
Oh, yeah.
Several of them.
And tomorrow.
Thanks.
Wow. My honor.
You put a lot of effort into it. We really appreciate it because this is serious stuff. This is affecting lives.
It is. It's exactly right. That's why I take it. I've told Jonathan, I said I take this is deadly serious work, and I'm honored to do it. And I'm so honored to be here in Life, Laughter, Happiness. I can't thank you enough. Barbara and Jonathan, thank you so much.
Well, thank you for giving us the tools to be able to do it for ourselves, too, and help in the effort for us to be totally happy, full of life, laughter, and happiness.
Yes, this is a great show.
That just came to me, everybody. That was good.
It was great.
Thank you for coming on.
That's what we're trying to be. Well, thanks, everybody. Thank you so much. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you, Johnny.
Thank you, Vanessa. And thank you, Barbara.
Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you. Good night, everybody.
Have a